Hello, my happy hookers. Today we are going to be making that adorable little hat. It's called the Snowy Day Earflap Hat, and the pattern can be found on yarnspirations.com. I'm using two colors today. This really pretty purple from I Love This Yarn. And to complement it, I got this little printed, and it is Songbird Stripe. It's also I Love This Yarn from Hobby Lobby. It is a 4-weight medium acrylic. So, to get started, we will also need a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook, a little tapestry needle, and your favorite pair of scissors. To make this, or to complete this pattern, you will also need some stitch markers. You can use whatever you have, whether it's a piece of yarn, stitch markers. I even use paper clips. Just kind of hook it through, and it's just something to grab your attention so you don't keep going. If you're going to be doing the pom-poms on the top of the hat and on the two little ear flaps, you will need a pom-pom maker, or you can use a 2-inch piece of heavy cardboard, and we're going to be using cardboard. In the pattern, they are using 4 colors. Again, for this tutorial, I'm only going to be doing 2. I really don't like sewing in the ends, so if I can avoid it, I do. This hat comes in a few different sizes, from extra small all the way up to an extra large is available in the written pattern. For this tutorial, I will be doing the medium size hat. Alright, so to begin, for this pattern, I believe we are going to be doing a magic ring. The magic ring, it's just an adjustable little loop, unless you prefer the chain 3 or chain 4 and then slip stitch. It's entirely up to you on how you start most of your projects. But for the magic ring, again, we're going to go over, we're going to make an X like so, and we're just going to wrap it around up to the top. The way I do mine is I go under, over, pull through, and I just kind of twist it around. Pull your fingers out of that loop and chain 1. Let's do that one more time. We're going to go around, make an X, go all the way across the top, under, over, pull it through, come out, and we are going to chain 1. And that is our magic circle, or an adjustable ring, whatever you want to call it. Again, your chain 1 does not count. So we are going to make 10 half double crochet, yarn over, go under both of these, keep that tail over here so you don't pull it out, pull up a loop. You should have 3 loops on your hook, and just pull through everything, leaving 1 loop on your hook. Just continue that around until you have 10 half double crochet. Right, once you have that done, you can pull this kind of tight and then slip stitch into the top of your first half double crochet. Make sure you're going in that loop, not your chain 2 or your chain 1. And then once you get that, we're just going to pull that. You don't want to pull, when you're pulling your yarns, you don't want to pull so tight that you pop your string, because, well, that sucks when that happens. But if you just sit there and just kind of keep pulling on it and work your way, your work back on that little loop, and then just nice little pull, and your circle is closed. You may have to go back and pull on that a couple of times as you're working this pattern, but once you get the crown of your hat done, this should stop. And once you pull on it that last time, tuck it in real quick and snip the end before you go too far down, or just flip it over when you're done. All right, to begin round 2, we are going to do a half double increase in every stitch around. Again, that's just yarn over, go through, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all the loops on your hook. And the increase is just adding 1 extra to every stitch around. So 2 half double crochet in every stitch around. And I will meet you when we get back around. All right, and see how that right there, I know it's kind of hard to see. Maybe you can see the hole opening back up like this. I'm using a little bit of darker yarn, but just, again, keep pulling on it and it'll stop. All right, so to end round 2, you're going to go into the top of your first half double crochet, not your chain 2. Give that a little, or chain 1. I'm so used to chaining 2. All right. To begin round 3, we are chaining 1. We are going to half double crochet 1, and then in the next stitch we are doing our half double crochet increase like so, and you're just going to follow that pattern all the way around, placing 1 and then 2 HDCs, and you're just going to continue that all the way around. All right, at the end of round 3, we are going to join with the slip stitch, chain 1. We are going to do a half double crochet in the first 2 stitches, and then place 2 in the 3rd stitch. So it's 1, 1, 2. You're going to do that all the way around. All right, so at the end of round 4, we are going to join with a slip stitch. We're going to chain 1. Round 5, we are going to place 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 half double crochet, and then we are going to place 1 and 2. Again, that is 7 half double crochet, 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh, I didn't go through both loops. 4, 5, 6, and 7. I like to double check sometimes to make sure I didn't miss anything. All right, and we're just going to do that all the way around. I want to apologize. For round 5, you're going to do 7 half double crochet and then you're going to put 3 in the same stitch, not 2. All right, at the end of round 5, you should have 50 half double crochet. We are going to join in the top with a slip stitch, chain 1, and we're ready to start round 6. Okay, round 6, this is going to be our last increase round for this medium hat. We are going to half double crochet in the first 9, if I can get this yarn to work right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then 2 in the next stitch. And you are going to do this 4 more times, 9 half double crochet and then 2 half double crochet. And I'll meet you back at the end. Okay, so at the end of round 6, we are going to join with a slip stitch, and you should have 55 half double crochet all the way around. Now, for round 7 through 15, you are just going to put 1 half double crochet in each stitch for every round. When you get to the end, remember to join with a slip stitch, chain 1, and your first stitch will always be where that slip stitch is for every row down. And you should maintain 55 half double crochet for round 7 through 15. And I'll meet you back for round 16. All right, so on round 15, I went ahead and done my color change, just the way I want my hat to look. But at the end of 15, you are going to join with a slip stitch. From here, we will be starting the ear flap. If you feel that this medium is too small for your child, you can add more rows. You can make it as long as you need it to fit your child. This is just, for the pattern, the way it calls, it doesn't mean anything other than it's just the way it's wrote up. All right, so from here we are going to chain 2. This chain 2 counts as our first double crochet. Our chain 2s, when we turn our work, because now that we're starting the ear flap, we won't be working in the round anymore. We'll be turning our work, rocking it side, back and forth. But we are going to skip this stitch because that counts. We're going to skip this and we're going to go here. We are going to place a shell. A shell is 2 double crochet, followed by a chain 1, and then 2 more double crochet, like so. And then we are going to skip this and do a double crochet. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stitches, if you include that chain, but it's not included. So you should just have these 6. Okay, so here we are turning our work. Then we will chain 2. We will go into the shell, place another shell, which is 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet, and then we're going to go into the top of our chain 2. I want more than one loop. And that's the way we're going to work this entire piece. And we are going to do that for a total of 8 times. So we've already done 2. I'll do one more with you. Chain 2, put a shell inside the shell, whoop, chain 1, and then again we are looking for our chain 2, and that's the way we are going to do this for the rest of the row. So do this 5 more times and I'll meet you back. Okay, so for me personally, I felt that 8 just wasn't long enough, so I added 2 more for, you know, just a even number of 10. I still feel like it should be a little longer, but I'm going to stop stressing over that one little detail. And once you're done and you have this as long as you want it, we are going to snip a little off. And I like to chain 1. And I'm just going to leave that as it is because we're going to go around the hat again. But for now, one ear flap is done. Okay, so once you have your ear flap done, your seam, which is where we were connecting with the slip stitches, you want that to the right of your work. And you want the right side of your stitches facing you. This is the wrong side, which is the inside of the hat. The outside of the hat is the right side. We are going to count 18. So you don't count that because that stitch is already used. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. In that 18th stitch, you want the 20th stitch. I'm doing it again. I'm reading for the small. So there's 18, 19. Well, and I just completely lost it. Okay, now that I'm done reading for the extra small, we're going to start reading for the medium again. We are going to go into the 20th and place a stitch marker. After a little bit more confusion, we are going to be doing it in the 22nd stitch. Most definitely, and now we are even on both sides. That was bugging me. That's why I had to stop filming again and figure this out. So, if you're making the medium hat with me, in the 22nd stitch, place your stitch marker. This is for your left ear flap. Alright, so to begin the left ear flap, what I like to do, especially if I'm starting something like this and it's going to be for a child, they are sometimes rough. So we are making a slip knot. I'm going to tighten that down and I'm going to pull in this loop. I don't like the way that's looking. Pull that back down. Get you out of here. Alright, we are chaining 2. We are skipping this one and this one into here. We are making our shell which is again 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochet. Then we are going to skip a stitch and pop a double crochet there. And then turn our work and chain 2. We turn our work and then chain on this project so that you have that nice clean little edge there. Then place a shell within the shell. And however many rows you've done this, you are going to do that same exact number for this side. Top of our chain 2. And that's what you're going to look like. Then just continue that until you have your number. Alright, so once you have your same amount, you're going to again chain 1 and well, I don't need a super long one because I'm just going to be going over it, and snip your yarn and pull that through, and look how cute. It's super cute already. But let's put a side on there. Okay, so on the back of your work, your left is over here, your right is over here. In the middle back here, we are going to join our yarn again. I counted 10 over, and that left me with 11 in between. So again, let's just make a slip knot. Put that on my hook, tighten that down, and then if you have another way that you like to join your work, you are more than welcome to do it. But from here, we are just going to place 1 single crochet until we get to our ear flap. And then I'll show you what to do next. Once you get to your ear flaps, you are going to place 2 single crochet in each row until you get to the very last row down here, which for me was 10, and then you're going to place 1 in each stitch, including the top of that, you know, right here on your chain 2. Remember to put 1 there, and then working back down the other side, you're going to place 2 single crochet in each little spot here. When you get to your ear flap, this is what it should look like. You should have 2 over here on the side, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 across the bottom here. And then start with your 2 going back up. When you get done with your little ear flap, you're just going to come straight to over here and continue working your single crochet until you get to your next little ear flap, and I will meet you back. Then once you get over here, you're going to work that last little single crochet, and then you're going to jump straight into that chain 2 space and pop 2 single crochet in there, go to the next space, and we are just going to do this until we get to the end again, place 1 in those 7, and then work our way back down. Then once you're done with your last little ear flap, you're going to come back over here, and we are going to single crochet until we reach the end. Once you reach the end, you're going to join with a slip stitch. I like to pull that a little tight. Chain 1. And we are going to fasten off. So from here, our little hat, it is complete if you want it to be complete. If you do want to add the pom-poms, stick around and we'll get to those momentarily. Alright, so to begin our little pom-pom, you are going to need 2 toilet paper rolls. This is, it's, at my house, I like to waste not, want not. If I have it laying around and I can use it for something else, I use it for something else. But you're going to need 2 of those. You're going to need 2 pieces of cardboard. I make mine as big as I want the pom-pom to be in diameter. And then through one of them, I poke a hole as close to the center as I can. And I'll show you why for that momentarily. So to begin our pom-pom, we are going to take our 2 little toilet paper rolls. And we are going to place like so. I like to give that just a little bit. And then this is where another part, it's completely up to you how many times you wrap this. I prefer to do 60 to 80 depending on how fluffy I want the pom-pom to be. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so I have 80 on here. Once you have done that, you're going to cut off. But then we need a long piece. And we are going to take it like so. Pull this into here like so. So it goes around it. And I personally wrap this through twice. And just kind of cinch it a little bit. I'm going to hold it. And then you want to pull those out. And without grabbing any other cords, we are going to cinch that sucker down. And then one more time for good measure. Normally, once you do it that second time, it's not going anywhere. You are secure. So, grab a little hook. Grab here. I'm just pulling through my cardboard. This is why you want this strand. You need it long, but keep it tucked away as the best you can. You want this long so that you can weave it in and it be secure on your project, but you don't want it just flying around because, I don't know why I'm trying to do that like so, but alright, we're going to sandwich this down. Maybe I can just wrap it around my finger for now. Alright, so to keep that out of my way, alright, to do my pom-poms, I get a different pair of scissors. Those are my favorite that I normally use, but for pom-poms, it takes way too long using those little scissors. So you're going to go through here and you are going to cut into your little loops, and it's going to look like a mess, but go through, make sure you are snipping all of them. They like to hide. And then I take and I just kind of cut away at it. Oh, you are on my finger. Always pay attention to that. But once you get it like so, you'll notice sometimes you miss some of your hoops. Just, it's fine, not a big deal. And just kind of get them as, you know, even as possible. If you're super OCD, you will be here for a little while. Trust me on that. Alright, do this side and I'll show you what to do next. Alright, so once you've made a little bit of a mess and it's kinda somewhat even, you are going to undo all of this off my finger. Alright, you're going to give it a nice little shake. You are going to pull this over to the side with you. And you are going to flatten it out again so that you can somewhat have better shape to your pom-pom. And just cut all of this away. You do not need it. And then just go all the way around. And then once you got it, you know, as good as you want it to be for this, I'm going to knock y'all over. All right. I'm just going to stop because if I will be here forever. I mean, I am going to have to fluff it up some more. But there's a cute little pom-pom. And remember, just snip little pieces at a time because you can always go back and take it off if you need more off in a certain spot. But you can't put it back. And then just, yep, keep on doing that. Till you got it, you know, fairly decent. Okay, so let me clean this mess up and I'll be right back. Alright, so I know my pom-pom is not perfect, but I can play with it later. So, for the video, we're just going to carry on. Alright, I take both of these And I'm going to feed it through the hole on the top of my hat. Right there. And just pull it on through. Alright. Well, some of those came out with it. Okay. So, with that pulled all the way through, you kind of want to hold on to it. And we're just going to find a spot. I'm going to start working this through. I want to go all the way around this ring right here. That way I can kind of cinch that hole back because, well, you know, we opened it up by putting the pom-pom on the top. But once I work it around like that, I'm just going to come over here. I'm not going to go back through where I started. I'm just going to find another little spot right here. I'm going to work it like so. And our pom-pom should not go anywhere after doing that. If you feel yours needs to be more secure, you do that. You know the child you're working for better than I do. But look how cute. And then you make 2 more. And you're going to attach right here in the center. And you're just going to work back and forth on the inside of the little thing here to secure it. But I hope you guys had fun. I love that pom-pom and the colors in it. It's so cute. I hope you're having a great second day of this new year. And I will see you guys on our next project. Have fun, hookers.